Ladies and gentlemen, the men's singles final of the Australian Open Championship of 2012. Would you welcome to Wildlife Arena, the second seed from Spain, Rafael Nadal. Here's the final. From Serbia, the top seed is Novak Djokovic.
For these kind of matches, you really practice all your life.
What happened in the past is past.
I mean, no excuses.
Every moment is different.
It's the final, it's unpredictable what's going to happen.
Wow, brilliant shot. That's too good. That is phenomenal. Novak Djokovic to serve.
Their third straight Grand Slam final,
Ready?
The Australian Open of 2012, Djokovic and Nadal.
Where Djokovic gets to him, and that's the most improved shot in the Djokovic arsenal is the forehand. That's the shot that he just... That's like bread and butter now, whereas before that used to be under pressure, this shot. But not anymore. Right up round chest high and just dumps it.
There's that speed again.
It's that same shot again into the forehand, though. He's looking for it over the backhand wing.
We're on serve early in the final. Djokovic leads by 2-1.
Djokovic challenged the corner on the right baseline. Ball was calling.
I think this is long, unless it's a lot of topspin. You never can tell with the strings that Nadal uses. He gets a lot of dip on the shot. It's long.
Well, good judge, Fred, because that margin is 2 millimetres.
Lock 15.
You always had a good eye, didn't you?
Well, apparently he's got 2 good eyes.
No, I've always been one-eyed. That's a good challenge from Djokovic. down. Tweak the ankle. You walk it off that.
Changed his return to serve position there, Nadal. That was the first time he'd been up tight on the baseline.
It's out.
Remarkable. Not that shot, the one before.
He does it time and time and time again.
Nadal.
Had no business getting that one, and it turned out quite difficult. And when he's got a target, look out.
Brings up the first big moment of the final. Break point.
Yeah, that was a tight return. Very much rushed into that one.
So Nadal making Djokovic dance to the beat of his drum early. The first break comes, it goes the way of the Spaniard, and he leads 3-2 in the first set of the final. It's good.
You saw Uncle Tony there grimace and then applaud. It's one thing you must say for him. He loves his tennis, and he really applauds good shots, whether they're against Nadal's opponents or whether they're his man. He just loves the sport. He's robbed on that one.
And that gives Djokovic an opportunity to get the break straight back. That's the ideal time to do it. He's up to a dozen unforced errors now. That is a very high count for 6 games.
That's twice as many as his opponent. Nadal's made 6, Djokovic 12.
And this last forehand misses by a good couple of meters. That's a bad miss, nowhere near it.
Yes.
There's another wild one.
Well, again, that's just footwork. He wasn't to the ball then. He finished up reaching for it just marginally.
Jammed him with the body serve, and that was it. That is a big hole from Rafael Nadal. Djokovic will be kicking himself. He had a couple of opportunities, but didn't take advantage of them. That might be significant when we talk about the story of this match.
Djokovic.
That's a good serve again. That's the one Jeff Masters talking about. Not a lot of pace on it, 177, but boy, halfway up the service line there and just spinning away. That is the shot when he plays against Djokovic. I mean, against Nadal. Djokovic, that forehand, that is the shot that does the damage.
Well, in top-level sport, you only get a certain number of chances. And finally, Djokovic has taken one. It's taken him 5 break points to get the break back, but that's exactly what he's done.
We got a jail-free card there from Djokovic.
There's been a bit of a surge in the momentum from the defending champion, Novak Djokovic. Has his nose in front, 5-4 in the opening set. We've been going more than an hour.
That's what he wants to do.
You called it, Jeffrey. It turned into a tough hold of serve,
5 games.
but a good one and a vital time in the first set as this set rolls on. It's not going to be a quick match, even if we have straight sets tonight. We've been going an hour and 7 minutes already.
Love 15.
What about the amount of topspin he got on that? Nadal goes for it, sees the half opening, and the half opening just got bigger.
Well, that was Djokovic's problem. He refused to go in after he hit a good first serve, got a short reply, and didn't commit in the early stages of this rally. Then he comes back to this spot, and Nadal burns him with the forehand.
And the break comes at the worst possible moment for Novak Djokovic. Rafael Nadal in a moment will be serving for a 1-set-to-love lead in the final.
6 games to 5.
Not a bad time to come up with that on set point. Great defensive stuff from Djokovic. At the psychological moment, his partner is on her feet.
Yes.
Speaking of number 2 and number 1, Fred, it's interesting to note that when they've met in Grand Slam finals in the modern era, the number 2 seed has a more positive record than the number 1 seed. 20-17.
That's the way it may work out tonight.
Especially if this next point goes the way of the Spaniard. For much of the set, he looked the man more likely, and so it proves. Rafael Nadal takes the first step in the final in 2012 after 1 hour and 20 minutes. 7 games to 5 is the Spaniard on his way.
Right on the paint. A little more squeak from the shoes of Djokovic. Here we go.
15-14.
No wonder he's getting frustrated. He just manufactured one there. He found himself in the wrong position and was still able to conjure one up.
21 straight rally.
Yes.
That's a very good hold, but it's one that's got away again for Novak Djokovic. Once more, he finds himself in a position where he's got a couple of break points that he doesn't take advantage of. And if you keep doing that against one of the best players we've ever seen, it will come back to bite you. That's super stuff from both players.
Oh, that's a good shot. Tough shot to hit. He's got to generate his own pace off a short ball.
We've been going 19 minutes now in this second set, and we are on serve. Djokovic leading 2 games to 1.
He's found his stride here. That's a beautifully constructed point from Djokovic. Again, look where Nadal is trying to compete here. He's back around the Melbourne sign, and that's a good 4 or 5 meters behind the baseline.
He knew that one was on its way.
30-15.
Should never have got to that third shot of this rally. Djokovic had a very easy backhand to hit down the line and come forward, and he elected not to do so.
Oh, early opportunity now for Djokovic.
13-14.
Again.
He's got to start taking them, doesn't he? He's had 7 so far. The only one came in the 8th game of the first set.
On the line.
And this time, he doesn't let an opportunity slip by. Djokovic makes the first significant move
leads 3 games to
of the second set. Both players really starting to crack these ground strokes. The final is lifting. Well, it's been about the most self-assured that Novak Djokovic has looked since the second set against Leighton Hewitt the other night, and he has the second set in his keeping at the moment, 4-1.
This match has come alive, folks. These boys are playing a lot better quality stuff in this set than they were in the opening set.
Just wide. Cheeky. And when he plays that way, you know that his confidence is sky high. 5-2, Djokovic getting closer to leveling the match.
Different player out there now, Djokovic, incredible.
Wow.
I think it's good.
Nadal's got to challenge that anyway, whether just for his own satisfaction.
He can do that. He can do that. Yeah, but he feel the ball is out.
Well, let's...
Yes. Nadal has one challenge remaining.
All a bit curious, all a bit confusing.
Feels the ball is out.
Advantage. Nadal.
Can't do much about that.
Extraordinary return off a very wide sliding delivery.
Yes.
Another terrific return of serve.
Advantage. Djokovic.
His reactions, his footwork, everything has become more heightened in this set. First set, he was just blocking the return back. Now he's reacting more quickly and hitting it back.
He's struggled to convert break points. It would be a good time to change that here. Set point to level the match. For another big one, not this time. So another break point is squandered, but the difference is that this time Djokovic has the chance to do it off his own racket.
Oh.
He's starting to look like the player who won 10 titles last year.
15 up.
Can you believe it?
He got away with it.
Well, this game is enormous. Terrible drop shot. Djokovic could have hit it anywhere. Nadal's picked it.
Well, this would be massive.
Saved a couple of set points, Nadal. And now with the execution of the volley, has a break point.
A double fault. Djokovic is going to challenge by the look of it. So his hopes rest on Hawkeye. A wry smile, I think he knows. Is he going to get some luck? No, he's not. Rafael Nadal simply does not know when he is supposed to be beaten, and he breaks back and we're back on serve. 5-4, second set. Is there another turn in the tail coming?
15-13.
second serve, just 132 from Nadal.
Yes.
What a time to do that.
Unbelievable anticipation here.
Djokovic.
Most of the times that shot from Nadal goes back the other way. Djokovic is just there, beautifully set. Nadal can't believe it.
142 kilometres an hour. He's got another set point. This will be number 4. You have to take your chances. Double faults have decided a couple of big points. Djokovic levels up the match. He was the favourite before it started. He's probably a slight favourite again. We're a set apiece in the final after 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Djokovic. First game.
Oh, boy, that's good play. But look where Nadal is trying to get that one. Smart play from Djokovic.
Oh. He's starting to rifle those forehands up the line. Another big hold for Nadal, under pressure.
Wow, that's fantastic. Absolutely awesome.
15 love.
Will stay on serve early in the third set. The arm wrestle continues in the final. It's Djokovic, 2 games to 1.
Djokovic leads 2 games to 1.
Here's trouble.
Boy, he was quick to jump onto that one. You talk about footwork. Was a bit sloppy in the first set, but As soon as that slice got short there, Djokovic, 5 or 6 very quick little steps, and there's the reaction.
Break point number 11 for the match for Djokovic. Is this the moment where the balance of power swings?
Djokovic leads 3-2.
He is well and truly in control.
4-2.
That's the shot that gets him again. Well, that's a sign of confidence.
30-40.
Another break point goes begging. Sooner or later, the damn wall will have to burst, you would think, if he keeps on going back to the well. It's hard to see where the turnaround is going to come from. Novak Djokovic looking supremely confident. Up the break, 5-2 in the third.
Totally lost, doesn't know what to do.
That's the way it's looking at the moment. The roar goes up from Djokovic and his supporters, and seemingly he's on his way. 2 sets to 1 after 3 hours and 11 minutes.
Oh. Unbelievable stuff. How good is that?
sudden he's got it to deuce.
That rally he was around the baseline, Nadal. I was just thinking he doesn't really look that comfortable around the baseline, but that's where he has to play if he's to stay in the points.
He's got to roll the dice. He has to.
15 love.
As convincing a service game as you'd want to see from Novak Djokovic. A couple of aces thrown in there, and he has the lead on serve, 2-1.
There might be a challenge there.
Challenging the court on the right top side. Ball was gone.
No, it missed.
30-50. Djokovic has 2 challenges remaining.
That is the most comfortable hold of serve that Rafael Nadal has had since the 6th game of the second set.
2 games over.
Hooked in. It wasn't in until it bounced.
But how about the return, Freddie? He was on the baseline and went after it. I haven't seen that since the first set.
Love 15.
Just a bit of pep in his step at present, Rafa, the way he's moving around the court, a bit more energised. He's taking the bull by the horns now. Look at that. Djokovic comes up with the hold when he was pressed. A little pump of the fist indicates that he feels as though he's still got the momentum on his side. 3-2, 4th set. runs away. He's pressing hard. He can almost sense it.
Too good.
Novak Djokovic has had that look about him since the third set, and now finds himself in a position of standing on the verge of dominance. 154 kilometres an hour.
This is pretty similar to the forehand he won the third set with, when he just teed off on it and gave it a big grunt, and it just rocketed for the winner.
That is big.
That's well done.
Well, it's fair to say that Djokovic wasn't looking for that down the line.
It's raining, Jeff, I think. I think I just saw a few spots of rain.
Maybe just perspiration. Certainly Djokovic wasn't looking for that down the line, and he's upset. He gently pushed the ball into the stand after losing that point.
Oh, he's going to challenge on that one. That was pretty close. This one I think missed. No, it's good. Well done. What an effort from Nadal. Relentless even if he's down and out on the canvas.
We know him as a fighter. Now he's got the chainsaw going. That is unbelievable. He just keeps on going to the well and keeps on coming away unscathed. For the time being, Djokovic can't put him away. It is raining. We've got a problem. Are we going to get an interruption to the final? Pascal Maria saying it's raining quite hard. What a time this would be for the final to be interrupted. Who's got the balance of power just at the moment? Listen to this. Nadal doesn't want to go off. Wayne McEwen onto the court to take a look at the court conditions whilst we look at Nadal's reaction. They're going to close the roof by the look of it. And the final is stopped at 4 hours precisely. We knew the rain was coming. It's taken until 1:45 on the last night of the championships for the first drop of rain to fall. What a time for that to happen, Jeff Masters.
Well, the drama just keeps on coming. You can see there in the pictures in the black background that the drops are relatively heavy, and In a sense, it's probably a good thing for Djokovic, just to give himself a little time to regroup again, because that was an emotional blow of massive proportions. 3-4, love 40.
I'm sure you're aware there is a nice show passing over, but there is a lot more on the way. We're expecting in excess of 50 mils from Melbourne overnight and through tomorrow.
So there's the announcement from Craig Willis that there is a lot of weather on the way. So they're going to close the roof. Now, normally it takes 20 minutes to close the roof from the wide open position, but it's not in the wide open position. They've known about this, keeping an eye on the radar, and so it's amazing in this technological age that the best way that we can get out and dry the court is get on your hands and knees and use a towel.
And there's plenty of them out there.
And it's the lines that are the problem generally, Jeff, isn't it? The lines get very slippery, and that's what they are so careful about.
Yes, it is, and I think the players won't leave the court. Well, they won't take their luggage or bags with them. Nadal is just leaving to change the shirt, because this looks like it's going to be a very short delay.
Does this favour one or the other at the moment? Nadal appeared to, if anything, have the momentum of the two, and the crowd got involved. Does this come at a more inopportune time for him than for Djokovic?
Look, I think it does. I mean, as I was just alluding to, he'd had love 40 Djokovic and seen those almost match points, almost championship points go.
Yep.
And the crowd was loud and really giving an awful lot of energy, emotional energy to Nadal. So it's probably fortunate in a sense, I think, for Djokovic, but nevertheless, he's going to need to regroup. He's seen the finishing line. He felt his toe over the finishing line, and now he's got to restart the engine.
Someone all of a sudden has moved the finishing line, and that someone is Rafael Nadal. We've been admiring of his fighting qualities ever since he came into the game as a young man. But have they ever been more on display than this? 16 break points Fred Stolle Djokovic has had, and he's only converted 5 of them. And 3 of them in that game, as Jeff said, virtual match points, you would think.
No, that's very much the case, and look at these kids. It's a great effort, but Djokovic, this is a tough situation, because we've seen matches in any Grand Slams, whether it's Wimbledon, particularly Wimbledon when it rains and they go off for a little bit, the momentum shifts, come back, and suddenly it becomes a different match. So it's a shame that this has happened right here when, as Jeff mentioned, Djokovic was just a couple of points away from holding the trophy. And they've got to stay cool. They've got to try and, you know, the Djokovic is there stretching now, trying to keep himself going, and Nadal's just come back on court. He's been off for a comfort break. So all sorts of things going on here now.
Crowd is stretching. They've got the Mexican wave going. The atmosphere has just lifted enormously in this 4th set, and the chant that went up, especially for Rafa, as the rain started to fall, was something to behold.
Starting again, I've never seen this type of a clean-up squad. It's incredible.
It's very colourful out there as you watch Novak go for a comfort break. We've got all of the officials in orange, yellow and light blue, all going for their lives with towels. It is quite an amazing sight on Rod Laver Arena at present.
Oh, come on.
Tough after the rain delay. Not on your life. Try a love game. Try one for the highlights reel as well. 5-4. Djokovic is within one game of the championship.
This has to be one of the most dramatic points. Just unbelievable how at full stretch he can control that head still, and one more.
The two great players come out after the rain delay and barely miss a beat. And the battle goes on.
5 games.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant.
Djokovic is the first to 6, and that means the pressure goes back to the arm of Rafael Nadal again in the fourth set, 6-5.
6 games to 5.
Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go.
6 games to 4.
Right now, Nadal thinks he can win. At the end of the third set, he didn't think he could win.
Both players
Deep
receive
down,
one
he didn't think it.
challenge.
Now he thinks he can.
What a remarkable effort from the Spaniard. We just know the fighting qualities, and we've said it half a dozen times. This is a very, very important match for Nadal in the scope of things with his...
Thank you. Thank you.
these up-and-coming matches throughout the year with Djokovic, having lost the last 6. Here we go.
Starting to stand, they're behind this man, and why not?
Well, unbelievable effort from both players there. Djokovic knows that he's got to try and put this man away in this tiebreaker, otherwise this crowd's going to turn, and they're all for Nadal here, and Djokovic is fighting Nadal and the crowd.
And fatigue, Freddie.
And fatigue, exactly. Yep. So he would love to get this one done and dusted right here in this tiebreak.
Thank you.
He's playing the best tennis of the match so far, Nadal.
Well, he's got the adrenaline going, he's got the crowd behind him, he's pumping the crowd up. Well, he had the open court, Nadal not happy with that one. Djokovic not able to scramble.
but back on
Point
serve.
again, though. Fabulous point from both players. Unbelievable return. Both guys going after it now. No quarter given, no quarter asked.
Half a centimetre higher. That's a clean winner.
Well, a lot of the crowd hasn't heard the call. Nadal simply has to challenge the call.
Djokovic seemed to be pretty confident that it was out, but it's out. So
4-3. Djokovic, Nadal has 3 challenges remaining.
Well, that's big.
That's good.
the boy measured that. Unreal point.
5-3. Djokovic.
Measures this one back in the corner again. Super slow-mo of that, just head still through right around the top of the frame, around the shoulders.
So we're back on serve again in the tie-break.
5-4. Djokovic.
They are throwing body blows. They're just haymakers. They're hitting them so hard.
Not one person in this stadium is sitting in the back of their seat at the moment, and I guess that's the case for you watching this around the world. What a battle. It's been waging for 4 hours and 37 minutes. On serve in the tiebreak.
As he plays that little slice backhand, was lucky to get to it. Djokovic didn't bend down, didn't get underneath it. This one really barely gets it back, and you can see him standing straight up, Djokovic, as he misses that forehand. It's either a set point or a match point after this one. Gone out there, but a dozen times, Jeff, after that one, he's gone down the middle most of the time. Hasn't used that one at all. And what a time.
He was involved in an epic, a 5-set epic against Roger Federer when he won the title back in 2009. going to go the distance in Melbourne in 2012?
Thank you.
Set point to level it. Nadal collapses to his knees and then bounces straight back up because he knows the job is still there to be done. It'll probably be the longest match in Australian Open history by the time it's over. This is magnificent. It is 2 sets apiece in the final. The deciding set for the championship in 2012. Nadal with the advantage of serving first with new balls. Buckle up for the ride. This has been simply magnificent.
Oh, well, how can he hit that from there? He's absolutely running backwards, thinking the ball is going to go out.
30-50.
But this is the adrenaline highs on at the moment, Fred. He's hitting the ball harder. He's playing closer to the baseline. He's on a rush.
Followed by the ace. Nadal gets first on the board in the deciding set. There's just a little bit of that look starting to creep back in about Novak Djokovic.
15-30.
It's a bit like the way he looked at one stage against Leighton Hewitt. It's very much like the way he looked against David Ferrer and at times against Andy Murray.
He can't do that with this fella, though. He gives this guy a little bit of a sniff and gets it down an early break. That's great stuff. Just when you think he's done.
Will remain on serve. The clock ticks to 5 hours.
One game more. 30.
And when you're playing a man who won't miss, it's a nightmare.
Well, he's got to come in behind one of those, particularly when he's got Nadal way behind the baseline and he knows he's got to play a slice. This one here, he could come in, that's an easy volley if he's in there, and he's asked to hit another outright winner. And Nadal is just tracking everything down at this stage.
This is just the 5th break point that Rafael Nadal has had for the match. Djokovic has had 16 and missed the opportunity many times. Might that be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Nadal is 2 games away.
Have a look at the Nadal serve. We talked about the 53% down there and at the body 27, and it was 11% out wide. He's changed that, and that's worked for him against Djokovic. That 20% out just on the juice court, that's where he's changed it most of all, and he's in a pretty good position right now, Rafael Nadal.
They're starting to hit the lines. It's called wide. Nadal challenges. The call was a little late.
I think he's missed it. Could have driven a truck down here.
A small truck, but nonetheless a truck.
Tell you what, if Djokovic in the tiebreaker hit that short forehand the way he hit that one, he'd have been in the locker room right now. That one, he got underneath it, hit it well. Didn't make a great volley, but he was he was in position.
Well, praise the fighting qualities of Rafael Nadal, and rightly so. But what about this man?
30.
But what he's got to do is take the next step here. 16 break points he's had, 5 he's converted.
Can you believe it?
Back-to-back breaks of serve, and this epic contest, which is now the longest match in Australian Open history, is going to be going for a fair bit longer.
That's unbelievable. Djokovic is down.
Normally, players only collapse to the court when they win the championship. His body, well, you wouldn't blame it for failing him. 31 points in the rally, and the crowd just standing and applauding. They're standing up here. That's what they think of it. Remarkable to see that in the middle of a game. But then again, this is a remarkable match.
A 31-stroke rally.
.31 strokes played on the limit. 92 meters, Djokovic. 71, Nadal.
I think so. Djokovic has the call on the right baseline. The ball was called out.
Yeah, I think this is long. He asked the umpire, and he said out in. There you go, boy. He's been unlucky.
13.
Uncle Tony can't believe it. He's up that end too. He thought it was out. Out.
And this is not negotiable now. Novak has to take his chance. He's squandered so many.
Well, he's going to have to win it. Nadal's not going to give it to him. He has to go after it.
What a serve.
Boy, he was there too.
Nadal.
Another opportunity slides by. Djokovic drops his head. Nadal is the first to 5, and that's like reaching just underneath the summit of Everest. 5-4 for the Spaniard. All you can do is sit back and applaud the efforts of these two men.
Oh, stop it.
Fifteen.
19-shot rally. Unreal stuff here on the full run. Where did that come from?
Well, he was in a defensive position, really. He should have hit a defensive shot back or a neutral shot back. Instead, he's hit a cold winner.
Not this time.
Got to get in. Opportunities there for Djokovic to get into the net and make things make life a lot easier for him. He's hard way Joe at this stage.
He had a break point on Nadal's serve in the 7th game of the last set and couldn't, well, he was able to do something about it then, but he had a break point in the 9th game and couldn't do anything about it. He has a break point in the 11th game.
Does he go for the slider?
He mishit that second serve, Nadal. He framed it.
121 it was.
It ended up being difficult because he framed it so badly. It got an awful lot of side spin on it. Look at the ball curl. Still had to make the second shot.
Break point number 19 goes by the wayside. Is that going to be the big story of this match?
It's out.
It was very close to a double fault. There was a bit of a noise, a murmur from the crowd.
He hit the ball out. He said, ah.
Djokovic.
That was the second serve right on the line. Many in the crowd murmuring. They might be doing more than that after this point. Resistance. Djokovic marches purposefully towards the chair, knowing that in a moment he'll be serving for the championship in 2012.
6 games to 5.
Novak Djokovic will be looking for a trend to continue. The last 3 5-set matches he's played, he's won 7-5 in the 5th set. One more serve, and he's the champion for the 3rd time in Melbourne.
And this will be the toughest game he's played in the past 2 weeks.
And one of the toughest of your lifetime when you're serving for a championship. 5 hours and 46 minutes. Is it all about to end here? Two more, he says. Just 2 more.
How many challenges does he have left now, Djokovic?
He had 3, I think, before this.
30-15.
So that was a bit of a speculator.
Djokovic has 2 challenges for him.
Nadal now with back to the wall. He's hitting harder.
Oh, boy.
could see that was going to be a tough smash. Terrific lob. They're exhausted. To get off the ground for the overhead was never going to be easy, and he sure didn't.
Could have gone in a couple of times before. Makes his move this time, but the lob goes up. Not a difficult overhead, though. It's only half court. But in the right spot at the right time, and he just falls down before he even has a strike at that. He's got to be his own worst enemy, Novak Djokovic. That is just for a man in his position at that stage of the match. He's got to be crazy not to go to the net on 3 occasions during that rally. Nadal's not going to miss from the backcourt.
13-40.
Problem is, Fred, you've hit 4,622 ground strokes in the night, no volleys, so you're not really confident about your volley.
Well, I think if he goes in on like that, Nadal misses the pass shot. You've got to let him ask the question. This is just playing right into Nadal's hands.
Break point for 6-all.
Well done.
He's praying. His partner's been praying throughout the night. We're all praying that it just keeps on going. This is fabulous.
Asking for some divine intervention here.
Well, after 5 hours and 52 minutes, Fred, you'll take anything you can get.
Unbelievable stuff. He could have had it won, though. Just
2 points away again.
Let for service. Thank you. Thank you.
One time it was kind to him, the next time not. It has been the most extraordinary night.
Djokovic.
A night on the world sports stage not to be forgotten. Sometimes in the sport of tennis, the phrase epic contest is overused. Not this time. When they write the story of the great tennis matches ever played, this one has got to be right up the front of the book. 5 hours and 53 minutes. Novak Djokovic is the champion in Melbourne for the 3rd time. That was simply extraordinary. It's 20-2 on a Monday morning in Melbourne. Hardly anyone has left. Hardly anyone was able to leave. And just at this moment, as the champion celebrates, spare a thought for the vanquished tonight. As brave a performance as Rafael Nadal has probably ever produced in his life, and yet he still walks away empty-handed. Djokovic wins it 7-5 in the 5th set in 5 hours and 53 minutes. Have we ever seen the likes of it? The 100th Australian Open final is probably the best.
Well, quite a remarkable performance all round. It's probably one of the best matches I've ever had the pleasure of calling. And it's one that I'll certainly remember for a long, long time to come, because there were so many ups and downs throughout the match. And guts, determination, fighting qualities, anything that you want to mention in our wonderful sport of tennis was in this one.
Most certainly was. I thought Nadal, of course, did magnificently well to get back into that 5th set. But then I think, frankly, it took an even tougher mental effort for Djokovic to overcome the disappointment of not being able to win in 4, be down a break in the 5th, and come back and win it. And wow, this is going to be a major plus for Djokovic and a huge setback for Nadal, who could not have given it anything else.
What about the fact, Jeff, if he'd have lost that and had a look now, he's been the victor, but 20 break point opportunities and he only converted 7. So that also says a lot for the guy, as you mentioned, down after losing that 4th set, where if he could have come in the tiebreaker and made one short forehand that he missed there, would have put him into the locker room about an hour and 20 minutes earlier. And yet he has the guts and the determination. He was out of it early in the 5th, and he comes back to win it.
You were talking before, Fred, about the odds makers and what they've been doing. If the odds makers were framing a market during the Ferrer match or during the Murray match, and someone said to them, this man's going to have to go 5 hours 53 minutes to win the championship, they would have just said, well, you can have $1 million to 1 from us, because it didn't look as though he could possibly do that. What a testament to his physical ability, his mental fortitude, that he has been able to do it. But you have to feel for Rafa. There always has to be one who comes out on the wrong side, and tonight it's him, but he was so brave.
Well, as Jeff mentioned, when he got to the 5th set, he actually won the 4th set in that tiebreak. He actually thought right then and there that he could win it. But he just dropped off a little bit. The intensity, he had the crowd going to get him to 2 sets all, and he just dropped off a little bit in the 5th. But an unbelievable match, and the crowd outside, well, everywhere. It doesn't matter where they are today. Viewing at home, this is one they'll never, ever forget.
No matter where you've been watching around the world, I'm sure that you'll be talking about it for days to come. There are going to be, in Melbourne, Australia, a lot of bleary eyes at work tomorrow, and indeed around the nation, because people would have gone to the very end. How could you leave it? It was gripping, it was intense, it had moments of highs and lows for both players. In the end, this man emerges victorious for the 3rd time in Australia, where he won his first Grand Slam championship in 2008. And the reality, all of a sudden, is beginning to sink in. Marion Vida is coach on the right of your picture. He went through the gamut of emotions as well. We saw his partner up and down and up and down. I don't blame her.
A lot of exhausted people here tonight, because it was a thriller.
Well, Fred, Nadal had planned to take quite a break after this tournament, and he'll certainly need it. Djokovic, as far as I'm aware, is planning no break, and he's going to need it after that, surely. With the year he had in 2011, he seemed to me to come in here a little thin on it, frankly, and I think it's just incredible mental toughness that's got him through. But physically, that's going to take an awful lot out of him, and backed onto the year 2011 that he had.
Also, though, when he came down to Melbourne, he was one of the players, or probably the only one, that didn't have much to say in the press. There was Federer, who was coming off a bit of an injury, and then Nadal had the knee problem. Murray and Djokovic just went through, and there was not much said for a while, and he, for one of the few times, he didn't get involved with too much and didn't give much to the press at the start of the tournament at all.
In the end, 5 hours and 53 minutes, as we said. The match lasted 369 points. The final score, Djokovic 5-7, 6-4, 6-2, 6-7, 7-5. How did they find it in themselves to keep going and keep the quality going all the way through until the end? The presentation is coming very shortly. The Norman Brooks Challenge Cup is about to be presented to Novak Djokovic for the third time. Your Master of Ceremonies is Sandy Roberts.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if there were ever two athletes who deserved a standing ovation after that performance, it's these two great warriors. Something I'm sure we'll all remember for a very long time. And so we come to the official part of our presentation. And joining me for that presentation is the President of Tennis Australia, Mr. Steve Healy, and also the Senior Executive Vice President of Kia Motors Corporation, Thomas O, and also a gentleman whose fortress we're in tonight, the great man, Rod Laver. Kia have been wonderful supporters of tennis throughout this country, and it's now my pleasure to once again introduce to you, please make him welcome, Thomas O.
Gentlemen, congratulations on such a great display of tennis today. On behalf of the global Kia Motors family, I offer both of you my sincere thanks for demonstrating exactly why the Australian Open is growing in popularity each year. Throughout this year's tournament, both of you have shown such a great determination, sportsmanship, and the passion for the game. And it is for these reasons we are such a proud supporter of what is Kia Motors' longest-running major sports sponsorship. And I would like to thank everyone at the Tennis Australia for their terrific organization of this event. But what truly makes the Australian Open so special is what I consider to be the very best fans in the world. All of us at the Kia Motors, thank you for your support year in and year out. Once again, congratulations to both of our finalists for making this year's Open such a memorable experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, and our thanks once again to Kia Motors. Well, a man who I'm sure has been absolutely delighted with the past fortnight is going to join us now. That is the President of Tennis Australia, Steve Healy.
Your Excellencies, Governor Mrs Chernoff, His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what an epic match to mark the 100th anniversary of the Men's Singles Championship at the Australian Open. the longest match ever in Australian Open history and the longest Grand Slam final ever. This Australian Open has been like an unfolding drama. Compulsive, fanatical viewing, some new and some familiar characters, an ending that simply couldn't be determined until the very end, leaving us all wishing for more. It has been absolutely incredible. I'd like to thank our Tennis Australia team. Thank you. I'd like to thank our Tennis Australia team. I'd like to thank our Tennis Australia team, our Chief Executive Steve Wood, Tournament Director Craig Tarley and referee Wayne McEwen on a fantastic job over the last fortnight. To all of our tournament staff, your friendly, efficient and enthusiastic style is why the players have termed this the Friendly Slam. Thank you very much. To the Premier Ted Baillieu and the Victorian Government, thank you for your support of this event and the redevelopment of Melbourne Park, which will make this an absolutely incredible facility when it's finished in a few years' time. My thank you to our host broadcaster, Channel 7, for their incredible coverage over this fortnight and indeed all of the Australian Open series. To all of our suppliers and sponsors, thank you. To you, the fans, there is no more knowledgeable and respectful crowd in the entire world, and you've helped us break, in fact obliterate, the crowd record with over 686,000 spectators through the gates in the last 2 weeks. Thank you also to all of our fans on TV who've watched all around Australia and around the world. And finally, to the gladiators who've performed in 2012, thank you to all of the men who've played here this week. Rafa, commiserations, but your graciousness and sportsmanship in defeat is unrivalled, and you are just a fantastic ambassador for the sport. And to Novak, congratulations, your 5th Grand Slam, your 3rd here in Australia. You have well and truly earned your #1 ranking in the world, and it is our great honour to add your name for the 3rd time to the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And just before we meet our runner-up and our champion, there is one other gentleman we would like to thank, and that is the chair umpire. Please give him a warm round of applause, Mr. Pascal Maria. Thank you, Pascal. Pascal Maria, ladies and gentlemen. Thank him once again. So to our runner-up, one of the great fighters in the game, as we have witnessed tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Rafael Nadal.
Good morning, everybody. First thing that I have to say, just congratulations to Novak and all his team. They deserve it. They are doing something fantastic, so congratulations. Well, second thing, thank you very much to all my team to support me like that. Without them, gonna be always impossible to be here. You know, there is a lot of years in the tour. Every year is tougher, and start the season with a final here and playing this fantastic match, I believe, against Novak is a fantastic start. So happy for that, and without them, always impossible. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rod Laver, to be here supporting this event, one of the greatest ever. So it's always a pleasure to play here in this court who has your name. Thank you very much for being here. I just can say thanks to the volunteers, all the ball boys, umpires, everybody who make this tournament possible, all the organization to make us feel like home. It's probably the best tournament in the world for the players, best Grand Slam, the organization for the players. So that's something fantastic. So thank you very much, all Australia. I don't know if I say it, but the sponsors, without them, impossible to have an event like this. Thank you very much to support sport, and in this case, support our sport is tennis. Kia, especially the main sponsor. Thank you very much. And last thing, and most important one, thank you, really, really, thank you very much, everybody, all yours. Thank you. I really had a fantastic 2 weeks, and with all the love that you show me, is something unforgettable for me, and I never will forget this match ever because of you. Even if I lost, was something really, really special for me. Thank you very much. I hopefully will come back a lot of years here. I will keep fighting. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Rafael Nadal, who leaves here a winner. And so to our champion, and he has proven, particularly in the semi-final and the final, that he is without doubt a man of steel. Our 2012 champion and champion for the third time, Novak Djokovic.
Good morning from me too, to everybody. First of all, Rafa, you're one of the best players ever. You're one of the most respected guys on the tour. We made a history tonight, and you know, unfortunately, there couldn't be two winners tonight. But I wish you all the best for this season, and I wish. And I hope that we will have many more matches like this, many more finals. And of course then, to Rafa's team, all the best. And then my team, my girlfriend, my coach, my physio, my fitness coach, everybody who has been with me for many years already, supporting me all the way through in my career, professional life, private life. You've been my biggest support, and without you, this wouldn't be possible. Thank you very much. I want to say zdravo svima to Serbians and Serbians here, and to all my country, Serbia, my parents, my brothers, my family, my friends who've been watching and supporting me. God, I'm so sorry. It's been a very long match. I need to then thank, of course, crowd, who has been the most supportive. And I think what makes Australian Open very special is the diversity of the tennis fans. I think it's very multicultural here, multicolored. You can see people coming with their flags of their country, supporting their tennis players, and it's sometimes it feels that you're not on a tennis court, how much noise you guys produce, and it's really for us is a great feeling, and it's a pleasure to play in front of you. Thank you. Then in the end, of course, it's my great privilege to be standing here in front of one of the greatest players ever, Rod Laver. Thank you, all the sponsors for participating in organization of this tournament. Kia, Jacobs Creek, NZ. I'm sorry if I forgot some sponsors, and all the volunteers, everybody who is behind the scenes, you know, physios and ball kids, people who make this tournament possible and enjoyable for all of us. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next year.
Let's hear it once again, ladies and gentlemen, for our champion Novak Djokovic and our runner-up Rafael Nadal.
Sandy Roberts, our master of ceremonies. What a great presentation, and the respect that those players held in was evident from the number of people who stayed here for the presentation at 2 o'clock in the morning. And what a great moment when Rafa got up there and said good morning. That was just priceless.
But it's a good morning, but yeah, the morning's only just starting for those fellas. By the time they get into the locker room and shower and cool down and do that, they won't get back to the hotel at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to be another 2 hours before they leave here.
And even if they could get back to the hotel, Jeff Masters, they wouldn't get to sleep anyway, because they must be buzzing at the moment. Even though they're physically exhausted, they'd probably find it hard to sleep straight away.
Oh, no question about that. It'll be several hours, but certainly Djokovic will sleep a little bit more peacefully than Nadal.
And the two great champions of tonight, joined by a champion of days gone by, Rod Laver, universally respected by everyone, and in particular the players. You can tell that.
Just shows you what difference there is these days. You put rocket between those two fellas, and he told me the other day he is shrinking, but he put it between these two fellas that he looks like a midget.